Hello everyone, welcome to the Friday forecast. So last day of the week. NFP is also today, so I'm not placing any trades. And let's see what I'm seeing in the market. For the euro and the US dollar, I was seeing a descending structure. So we were clearly breaking the lows and retracing. And then we got a nice push to the downside. So I really like this. This to me looks really good. And on Monday I will be looking for a flag to enter short, but I want to see more of a range because of this large wick right here. This is a huge wick actually, so I want to see that wider range to look for a flag. I'll also see if maybe we can get an ascending structure to the entry point, something like this. Also I would be looking for momentum to continue, of course, because of that nice impulse, or we get another continuation and then look for a flag. We can start to have a descending here, then I would look for a reversal, classic stuff. Or we can have an ascending that breaks the high, then a reversal, look for a short trade. We can just be ranging between the low and the high, that is a possibility. Because we know that on Monday and Tuesday the market is predominantly range bound, so I can expect that. So if we do get a larger range, then there are liquidity areas above and below the range, so we need to be careful what happens when the price reaches those liquidity areas. Let's switch to EJ. So currently I'm seeing a nice large trend to the downside, not taking any trades. NFPs today, as I already said. So we saw this descending structure, then we saw some momentum, small pullback, momentum continued, left a huge wick, retraced, had a small range, and then we continued with the momentum. So for me currently this is a trend. We had 3 nice impulses, and same thing as on the EU, I'm looking for a range and then a flag to enter short. I need to see a larger, wider range because of this huge wick, so that is definitely a warning sign to me. But look at this nice clean momentum, I really like that. Or I'm looking for an ascending structure to the entry point, or I'm looking for the momentum to continue and give us either a break and retest trade or a flag. If we start to descend, I will look for a reversal, then look for a long trade. Or if we get an ascending that breaks the most recent high, I will look for a reversal down and a short trade. And if we do start to form this larger range, then I will be taking a look at the liquidity areas. So right here and here. And I would see how the price reacts in those areas, of course, if we just break and retrace, or if we break and get some continuation. So very similar story on both EU and EJ. And I'm waiting to see what happens on Monday. As I said, Mondays and Tuesdays are predominantly range bound, but it doesn't mean that we can't get some nice trends. Let's take a look at AU. So there was an opportunity to enter on a couple of trades actually. Right here I was looking to enter on a combo trade here. So let me mark that out. I was looking for more of a combo to the entry point, which was here. Just taking a straight retrace would be too aggressive for me personally. But if someone did take it, then they would be in great profit now. So that is very good. Then we broke to the upside again. We got a nice trend, and then we actually reversed to the entry point, which would be this inside bar right here. This would be the entry point. So I also didn't have an order because then this would signal to me volatility. I didn't want to be in that sort of price action. What happened then? Well, we actually continued to the upside again, and then we broke the high, retraced, So I wasn't looking for any trades here, because so at this point I was not looking for a trade because it would need to pull back and create a V reversal. And then we actually had a small pause and broke the high again. So at this point I was not looking for any trades because it's NFP Friday, so I'm not taking any trades, but I would probably take this one long if I were trading today. So then we broke the high and retraced, broke the low and retraced, left a huge wick, signaling to us end of the trend to the upside, and maybe we will get a range. So this is also signaling range bound price action, something like this. And what I'm looking for a large impulse up, a flag, or a large impulse down, a flag, or I'm looking for a nice clean ascending, reversal, short trade, or a descending, reversal, long trade. Also, we can get a larger range, as I said, so we need to be careful of the liquidity areas, of course. And yeah, I'm actually seeing if the price will continue with this trend. So we did break the low and retrace, create a huge wick, but if we do continue with a nice impulse, I would definitely look to enter in a long trade. What would be the best possibility for me personally is a push, pullback, another push, break and retest trade. This would be textbook, and it would continue with a larger trend to the upside, so very, very good for me. And for the final pair, so AJ, I was in a trade right about here. Yep. And it was a 1% loss. So let me take this back. What I was seeing, one more candle. I was seeing a really, really nice trend. I was seeing a push, small pullback, continuation, pullback, then a flag did form here, continuation, actually a free candle continuation, so very, very good sign. Pullback, and then we continue to the upside again. We did leave a large wick, but for me, I was willing to place an order to tag and go, so for the price to just tag and go. Because on AJ this does fit my plan. On AU I would not be taking this because it will signal a V reversal, but on this pair, on all the Japanese pairs, for me personally, I'm happy with this sort of a trade. So I was seeing a nice established trend, I was seeing a nice push. This wick didn't concern me, I placed a pending order and I got tagged out for 1% loss, but that is what happens. I was happy with the trade and I'm still happy that I took it. So then we broke the low, retraced, broke the low, retraced, broke the high, retraced, broke the high, retraced, broke the low, retraced, left a huge wick. This is to me now signaling a larger range. This is much worse than AU because it's just signaling a topping pattern. So this is probably the top of the trend. Well, it's signaling that it's the top of the trend, I don't really know. So I'm being really careful here. For me personally, this can just range for a long time because I'm seeing this just break of the low retrace, break of the high retrace, break of the low retrace, wicks everywhere, so not really good sign to me personally. What I would look for is a nice impulse up, then long trade, or a nice impulse down, a short trade, or for a nice ascending to form, I would also look for that. Look for a push down and then a short trade, and same thing to the opposite side, so a nice clean descending, reversal up, and a long trade. But yeah, Monday and Tuesday predominantly range bound, we already know that. This is not looking good to me, breaking the lows, breaking the highs everywhere, leaving wicks as I said. So I'm sitting on my hands and I'm waiting for some cleaner, better price action to signal maybe that we start a trend either to the upside, or maybe we reverse and start a nice trend to the downside. I would look for this. Same thing up, I would look for a push, pull back, another push, break and retest trade. So yeah, that is it for the forecast. We are getting some trends, so that is nice. And let's see what the next week brings us. Today is NFP, it usually tends to also create some moves. And yeah, I will see you guys on Monday.